Why, hello there, and welcome to the Soul Sister channel on this Sunday, January the 8th. New year, new backdrop. Come on, I really love it, don't you? Anyway, let's talk. Let's continue talking about the Capricorn energy this week. The sun is in Capricorn. We just had a full moon in Cancer on Friday. So let's start this week with the affirmation for Capricorn. I work to make my outer world a reflection of my true, authentic self and my work. As we work on this affirmation this month, let's work on what is our work? What is our purpose? Do we know what it is? How do we find out what it is? So our work and our purpose, it's what gives us fulfillment, what makes us happy, and in most cases, what can financially support us. Each one of us has a particular unique role to play on this life journey. And our job is to discover what that is and then to manifest that. And that is what the Capricorn energy is all about, discovering it and manifesting it. So that is our challenge this month. Let's ask the questions. If we are working, does that work fulfill us? Does that work make us happy? Capricorn is an earth energy. It's a cardinal energy. So in its very earthiest form, the Capricornian energy is us going after our desires, our needs, or what we perceive as our needs. You know, we have to have the best job. We have to make the most money. We have to have the best house on the street. So in its basis form, the base energy of Capricorn, it's about accumulating, getting stuff. The more stuff I get, the more successful I am. And that's the base form of that energy. And then this month, we have the opportunity to lift that out of that very physical low vibration and add our soul energy to it, our spiritual energy to it. I mean, not only is a question, it makes us the most money, are we happy, are we fulfilled? When we use those parameters to determine what our work is? Probably not. Because if we are working to compete with somebody else, that never ends. We keep competing because they getting more stuff and then we got to get more stuff. So we raise that Capricornian energy to the spiritual aspect. Raise that energy, that vibration. And now we look at what work can I do that fulfills me, that gives me purpose, that can sustain me financially, and what can I contribute to the whole? How can this work be of service to others? And it's not so much about the work itself, you guys. It's about our attitude, okay? So I can be a stay-at-home mom, and that is my purpose, to raise my children, to make sure that I'm there for them and I'm supporting them and disciplining them. That could be my purpose. It could be a doctor. But it could be, like I was talking about last week, it could be finding out what it is that gives us purpose and then aligning it with some kind of career. Like I was in the insurance industry. I would have never gone into the insurance industry, but my purpose was being an advocate for our clients. And when I could advocate for our clients, that's what gave me fulfillment. That's what gave me purpose. So really think about that. Write a list. Put a piece of paper on the kitchen table or the kitchen counter And just if we're not sure what it is that brings us purpose, that makes us happy, just start writing things down. I like to paint. I like to organize. I like to work with numbers. I really don't like to uh, clean up messes. Just and then you'll get a feel for it. But that is our challenge this week with this sun in Capricorn, is to really, really work on getting in touch with what our work is and how we are going to manifest that work. So let's get down to the nitty gritty and just go through the week really quickly. Man, do I love me some Mercury retrograde. Well, first of all, I have to tape this all over again because something didn't get taped. So that's Mercury retrograde. But what I was going to tell you was Mercury's been retrograde since the last couple of days of December, and I kept forgetting to bring it up in the videos. So Mercury is retrograde until January 18th. So while Mercury is retrograde, it's a good idea not to sign any contracts or start anything new because there's no energy to move that project, that contract, whatever it is forward. If you have to sign a contract, if you have to form a legal relationship, just make sure that you know what you're signing, all your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed. You should be okay. But this week, the week ahead, the big news is Mars goes direct on Thursday. So it's like from today through Thursday, it's a preparatory. So today, on this Sunday, we're very earthy, very grounded, very traditional. We're getting things done, probably putting our the rest of our holiday stuff away and getting cleaned up and getting organized again. And then on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, especially, I when we look at when we ask the question of ourselves, what is it that I love to do? What is it that I offer that's unique, maybe? What is it that brings me happiness and fulfillment, even though I'm not doing it now? That's our question. And on Monday, our imagination opens up and our creativity opens up. We have Venus in Aquarius, and she's trining Mars in Gemini. So it's like outside the box, or that Aquarian energy comes in and plays with that earthy Capricornian energy by being a little bit different, being more being technologically based, being of service. This is all Aquarian energy. So look for something like that that brings us happiness, that brings us fulfillment, that is our jam. Something a little different. Of course, we also have Venus in Aquarius, so there's that opportunity today and a couple days later. I think it's Monday, and then later on Thursday, I believe, with that Venus. So be on the lookout. It's a great opportunity for a new non-traditional relationship. The Aquarius energy is unique and very non-traditional, so it won't be your run-of-the-mill relationship. Okay, so that's at the beginning of the week. So we're getting the feel for we can feel it in ourselves. We're getting ideas. I've kind of seeded it. You're thinking about it. Man, I really love painting. I would really, or maybe, digital art, and we explore these areas. We do some YouTube tutorials, seeing which way we want to go. And it's becoming clearer to us. And then the moon goes into Virgo, and we are getting down to it. We say, okay, now if I do this and that, then maybe that would happen and that would open up. So we're planning and we're taking steps to manifest this part of ourselves that maybe we haven't manifested yet. Now, some of us are doing what we love. Some of us are just so happy. My daughter right now, she's in nursing and she is so happy. It took her a long time to get there and she loves it. So if we're in that kind of a situation, what can we do to make it even better? How do we improve it? How do we expand it? How do we expand our participation in that and be of service to others and make ourselves feel real good? So be looking at that if we've already found our dream job. Take a look at it and just give it a little checkup, a little health check to see how we're doing. And then on Thursday, let me make sure. Yeah, on Thursday, Mars goes direct. Okay, all of a sudden, you guys, the struggles that we've had since the end of October when Mars went retrograde, it kind of felt like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. We were kind of making progress, but holy moly, I mean, it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle. We can see a little bit of the light, but it's been really hard to get there sometimes. Well, with Mars going direct, now it's like the parting of the Red Seas. It's like, oh my God, everything is gushing, everything is moving. Obstacles seem to dissipate and just turn into dust. And we are moving, and we have to make sure that we are ready for this. Capricorn, we must make sure we have a strong foundation. If we are entertaining some fly-by-night idea that isn't really realistic, Capricorn is not going to let us get away with it. It's going to go to hell in a handbasket fairly quickly. So whatever it is that we love, it has to be realistic in some way, shape, or form. Or we can invent ourselves. But it has to be something that ticks off the boxes, happy, fulfilled, in many cases financially sustains me, and it serves those around me. Okay, so try to check off those boxes. Don't go completely crazy, even though that Aquarian energy is all up in our faces this week. So yeah, we could get some quirky ideas. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Check them out, but be realistic. So Mars goes direct. Everything is wonderful. We have a wonderful little trine with the earth signs, so things seem to be grounded and moving. It's all really moving in the right direction. Finally, we go on Friday. We have the moon goes into Libra, all about balance. Libra wants us, how do we come to complete and total peace within ourselves, regardless of what is going on out there, right? So one of those ways is that we're doing what we love. We're doing what fulfills us. So Libra comes and helps us even more, showing us what brings us peace, what brings us happiness, what brings us balance. So she's working on Friday, and then we have a wonderful trine with the moon in Libra, and then with Mars in Gemini and Venus in Aquarius. So it's a lovely mental energy. We're in our minds. We have great ideas. Let's make sure we're journaling. We're writing things down. Remember the piece of paper we left on the kitchen table? Make sure we're writing the ideas down that come into our minds so we don't lose them, because Mars is in Gemini, so they can come and go real quickly. We will walk from here and put to write it down and we'll forget. That could happen with Mars and Gemini. So try to focus enough to keep a journal and keep a list of those things that we come to that reveal themselves to us, that we feel, oh yeah, I really love that. Oh yeah, that makes me feel really good when I do that. Okay. All right. And then we have Saturday date night. Well, it's the moon is still in Libra, and so it's a great time to find balance in the relationship. Um, it's also a great time to be of service. So maybe with our partner, we want to go do something together, go volunteer somewhere, go to the playhouse and volunteer at the playhouse, or go help out and do Meals on Wheels. Something like that with our partner would be a perfect activity for our Saturday night. So let's do something like that. And other than that, we don't want to get too crazy. We have on Saturday, we have Venus in Aquarius, but it's squaring Uranus and Taurus. So there's this, I want to try something different. Let's go out. Let's do this. No, I don't want to. I want to stay home. I want to stay on the couch. It's cold outside. I don't want to go. So you're going to have that energy. So if we do something together, we can go do some volunteer work, then come back, and then we can do both. We can be of service and then come back and cozy up on the couch. Okay, so let's start the week as we always do with our 3 deep cleansing breaths and our Sun in Capricorn affirmation. I ask you to do this every single day for 5 minutes. Do the 3 deep cleansing breaths, do the Sun in Capricorn affirmation, and just sit in that space and be aware of the thoughts that come into our minds, into our heads, just for 5 minutes. That will really help us if we're trying to figure out what work that we want to do in our lives, especially with all the energy changing. And it is going to be, or what work makes us happiest is the work that can be of service to others in some way, shape, or form. So in our meditation, this is a good place to access those creative ideas and in our imagination to see where that leads us. Every day, only 5 minutes, okay? All right, and let's take our 3 deep cleansing breaths. Let's take the first one. On this first deep cleansing breath, we release all disease, negativity, and toxicity from this physical etheric body. Second breath. On this second breath, we release all disease, negativity, and toxicity from this emotional astral body. Let's take one more. On this third deep cleansing breath, we release all disease, negativity, and toxicity from our mental bodies, both higher and lower. We see all the darkness, all the negativity, all the toxicity. It's all flowing away and going back to wherever it came from. And in its place, we're being filled with this beautiful light, made up of light, love, and goodwill. Not only does it fill our entire body, and we can see it as this beautiful white light, as golden triangles, it's protecting us, and it's deflecting all evil, low vibration, all negativity back to its source. While we're in this space of white light, connected with our higher self, we will say our Sun in Capricorn affirmation. I work to make my outer world a reflection of my true, authentic self and my work. We'll say the affirmation together. We'll stay in this space of white light, connected with our higher selves, for just 5 seconds. Let's say it together. I work to make my outer world a reflection of my true, authentic self and my work. good. And the reason, you can see the reason that we want to say this every morning when we get started, it really sets us up to receive that energy, that creative energy that's coming in, that will help us not only figure it out, but manifest it so that we can create our own best life. Which brings me to thank you so much for joining me today. Come see me on Facebook at Soul Sister Cat for my daily inspirational messages and my interesting, quirky memes. If you like what you see today on the channel, please like, subscribe, and share. I greatly appreciate it. We are trying to let everyone know that we are responsible for our own reality. And once we know how to recognize and manipulate energy, then we can consciously create our best life, the life that we want. Because, as we know, the keynote of the Soul Sister channel is life is lived from the inside out. Make it a great week. I hope we find our work, our purpose, and we get to work manifesting it. Namaste.